On Monday, on this very stage, we spent a whole day asking the question, can Bitcoin or the blockchain or distributed ledgers aid the banks? We're Epiphyte, and we're here to make sure that the answer to that question is yes. We're building out infrastructure, the basic plumbing to allow banks to integrate with distributed ledger technology. But why would banks want to? Well, here's one reason. The fastest growing payment mechanism in the world today is cryptocurrencies. In fact, just last week, Square announced that they were going to allow all of their merchants to begin accepting Bitcoin payments. And the very next day, PayPal made a similar announcement. And that's 500 million customers, 500 million of your customers who are now able to perform transactions on these rails. And the question is, where are the banks in all of this? Because right now, you're not, which means that you can't make fees, you can't see revenue of these transactions. You have no visibility when your customers are performing these types of transactions, and you're sending them elsewhere. You're sending them to low-trust third-party providers who make them navigate a complicated morass of cryptocurrencies and crypto wallets. The mission for banks has always been to be the trusted party that makes transactions simple and secure, which is why we're working with banks to help you provide that solution to your customers in this realm as well. For customers, it will mean trust and compliance, and for you, it means the ability to see revenue, 1.2% interchange fee of every transaction that you provide for your customers, which, by the way, is in comparison to the 0.6% that you're currently making of credit card transactions. So how do we enable you to provide this service to your customers in a low-risk and compliant way? Epiphyte has worked very hard over the last year and a half to make sure that we work with you in the way that you're already working, which means that we're utilizing the transaction system you already use. When you want to perform a transaction over Visa or MasterCard, you format it as an 8583 message. And then your payment hub sends it across the payment network. We allow you to utilize cryptocurrencies in the same way by formatting those messages as 8583 messages, enhancing your payment network, your payment hub with our technology, and sending them as a message across the payment network. What this means for you is that neither you nor your customer need ever touch cryptocurrencies. So what does this actually look like in practice? What it means is that if you go today to Dell and their website to make a purchase, you'll see that they have an ongoing 10% discount for any purchase performed in Bitcoin, like many other merchants. And this is because it's the cheapest way for them to receive money. So you could click on the Buy with Bitcoin button because you're going to get 10%. And when you do, you'll be forwarded to your e-banking or mobile banking solution. And there you'll see that you can choose which of your bank accounts you'd like to use for this transaction. You'll see that the transaction is in a familiar currency, dollars or euros or sterling. You click send, you enter your PIN, you send, and it's done. Simple, familiar, secure. So we're very excited about this. This is the current focus of our company, and it's what we're rolling out now with a number of banks. But the question that you, as judges, have been asked to answer is, which innovation here today is going to have the biggest impact on banking in the future? We believe that distributed ledger technologies is a unique moment in the innovation of finance, and that together with Epiphyte, you can utilize these technologies for all transactions. We're currently working to integrate with Swift so that any type of transaction, an FX transaction, a securities transaction, any wholesale banking transaction can be performed at lower cost with greater transparency, easier compliance, and greater speed across distributed ledger systems. Which means that it's banks and the Swift community who are going to be the greatest beneficiaries of these technologies. So that's the future, and we're very excited about it. But what about right now? Right now, we're working with a number of banks, two of whom are tier one global banks to roll out this consumer product first. The consumer product with the first of these Tier 1 global banks has already gone through a POC. We're currently negotiating rollout. They gave us a thumbs up for our technology integration and another thumbs up for our compliance solution. And we expect to be able to provide this to users by the end of Q1 2015. So that brings us to our ask. What are we asking of you? We believe that this is a special moment in the world of finance. We have a particularly innovative type of technology. We'd like to work with you to build a better future for banks with greater margins and lower costs, and for the bank's customers, who are all of us, with better security and more convenience. Let's build together. I'm looking forward to speaking to you. Thank you.